Okay, in 23 CR 232, Mr. Hall, we have had a hearing, an initial appearance in your case. And I believe Mr. Rennick is your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, you failed your drug test. You've got marijuana in your system. And it is bond condition number 1, you shall not commit any crime. And that's still a crime here in the state. And certainly while on bond, you are held accountable for following the rules. What is his bond amount, please?
$35,000.
Your bond is revoked. It is doubled to $70,000. You must have a monitoring device that will test you. We're still using the drug patch, so you're going to be ordered to have a drug patch as a condition of your bond. But my advice is, you're in a mess, and you don't compound the mess by digging deeper with more trouble. That's not the way to handle it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
You said that my bond is been set for 75,000.
It was 70. It's doubled when you commit a violation of your bond.
And is there
Then
any
it doubles from 35 to 7.
is there any way to contest this? Because he had to use 2 different tests. He had to use 2 tests to get the
Talk
result.
to your attorney,
Okay.
but-
yes, Your Honor.
but I'm standing by the tests that we use.
Yes, Your Honor. And bond is available now, though. I'll be able to bond out with the
You have to have a
device.
drug patch.
all right. Yes, Your Honor.
I'd be more worried about trying to abstain from illegal drugs, but
Yes,
that would just be me.
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else? That is all. You're in custody. Yes, sir.
Can I
Okay, 351st District Court of Harris County, Texas. So if you're found guilty of this 3rd-degree felony of unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon in paragraph 1, it can be enhanced to a 2nd-degree felony punishment by paragraph 2. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So you're looking at up to 20 years in prison. That's serious. Are you getting a lawyer?
I can't afford one
Why not?
because I'm not on another bond.
Huh?
I'm not on another bond. You have to come,
For what?
control.
What do you mean gun charge? What does that mean?
I'm not 2 charges.
Well, a gun charge, what does that mean? There are a gun charge. There is no such crime as a gun charge. Huh?
Another felony possession of a firearm.
Oh, like this one you have?
I didn't have that one.
No, is it charged like this one you
Yes,
have?
sir.
Okay, when did that happen?
90 days ago.
Well, give me a date.
I can find out.
Was it this year?
Yes, sir. It was like March. I want to say like March 13th.
You're sir. So you were arrested,
Mhm.
and then I guess a gun was found or something,
Yes, it was found in the bushes.
and then you were charged with that.
Yes, sir.
You're going to need. There's going to be a couple of things you got some. You need to fill out an affidavit of indigency
Mhm.
so that we can get somebody appointed to represent you. And your bond here is $15,000, I believe. It's,
What on
if the court verifies that you were arrested after you have posted this bond, you've got a problem with this court.
this one?
Yeah, because committing a crime while on bond is a violation of your bond condition. And you posted a bond back on August 20th of last year. If you're being arrested after that, then there's probable cause to believe you've committed a bond violation. So
I was in contact with my bonding office, bonding company.
I don't think I'm the one that sets the bond amounts. And what the court normally does is doubles. If you commit a crime while on bond, then I will double the bond is 15, it's going to get doubled to 30. And you're going to have to deal with that. But that's the price you pay for not following the rules. And bond conditions are very important to follow. So fill out an indigency form so we can get an attorney appointed for you first. So over there, you're going to be held in custody, and also we'll have to take care of some things before you can be released. You're in custody right now.
I make a call because I have a heck amount of.
Man, sir, you just follow what the bailiff tells you to do. That's what you need to do. Thank you.
Reaction, but the parties need to get medical diagnosis of that. So it seems like there's conjecture on everyone's part right now, whether it's heat rash or whether there's actually a reaction to the donut that this child allegedly consumed. In any event, the parties have met with Mr. Pratt this morning. Mr. Pratt has provided the court's fine recommendation. Parenting time shall continue per the prior court order, which is the dad having, as I recall, Tuesdays to Thursdays, 10 to 12:30, Sundays 10 to 6, supervised by paternal grandparents. Their father shall not have his phone on during his visits unless there's an emergency. It doesn't need to be checking his Facebook and Twitter accounts. Further, the party shall communicate via app close regarding the child only. It's further recommended that the father, Mr. Neva, shall enroll and complete a parenting class as well as undergo an assessment for sex addiction. Mother shall provide all medical information regarding Sophia to father.
That specifically, she believes that parenting time should take place at her home entirely until the next hearing, Your Honor, because he's already been doing the weekday parenting time there. And up until this point, it had actually been going halfway decent. But the thing is that we don't know what's going on at his father's house. We don't. I mean, if he's watching porn over there, we're not going to know about it because there's no camera there to show whether he's using it, whether he's doing it or not. He's already done it once. You know, and it wasn't just an accidental click either. I mean, this is clear that he's intentionally watching it in front of, with the child right next to him. I mean, I don't know if the court's seen the video or not, but you know, it's concerning, and we believe that parenting time should be at my client's house until the next hearing, and until he, you know, is assessed and if treated for, you know, his sex or pornography addiction.
No.
You.
Yeah. Oh, no. Come on in. Come on in, Dustin. Nice try. Raymond Spike. He went outside.
It shows the probation modification.
I don't know what it is, but we got things to do here. We're in a trial coming at 9:30. We got a sentencing hearing, and get him in. Okay, Raymond's fine. What's the word on this one?
They're asking for some modification.
Modification. Let's see. Sit for hearing. Let's see. Okay. Come on. Okay, on this Raymond Spike case 22399094. Okay, were both parents sentenced in this case?
Yes,
Same sentence?
I believe the same sentence. They're both on probation.
That's what, right? Or just PMC.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's always I have the criminal side.
Then down the hall. Terminated? Were you right? It's terminated?
Where is the child now?
With the mother, with the grandparents.
Grandparents. The defendant's rights were terminated.
One of the mothers.
Both of them, I believe,
Both
were
of them?
terminated. Yes, and
Which
Paternal.
grandmother, maternal or paternal?
Paternal, you're paternal.
And you are not to have any contact with the child, right?
Correct.
Okay, what are you asking for?
Judge, we're just asking for some sort of contact. It may be a jump to go to, you know, full rights, but I think that the court could use something like supervised contact in the presence of the guardian.
You said it was pre-censored.
Might
it was a
help.
post Yes, officer.
Somewhat similar to the family courts will use of what they call a break-in period.
This same thing that's in the common cause.
Yeah, it's just not as much information. So I think it was done post.
Here. Thank you.
Judge, it feels a little early in all of this for me to go to visitation. I did speak with the probation officer this morning. He said that the defendant has done parenting, anger management, things like that, which do make me feel a little bit better. There is a class that I don't know that we typically do it on injury to a child cases, but the chaperone class, when we have people that end up on probation for child sexual abuse cases, that whoever is going to be the supervising person or person, it's done through the probation department. So in this case, I guess it would be his parents could attend that chaperone class to help them. At a minimum, I would want that done before we consider any supervised probation. I don't know that we've typically done it on an injury to a child type situation. It's more on sex offenses, but I think for what it is, for what, it's just to ensure that the child is safe, that I don't think that is too much to ask of the people who have custody of this child, to make sure. I mean, everybody was around when this instance happened in the first place. I would ask that be done if we're going to consider that first.
You're just looking for a plan or a process to where this can be.
I will allow that then temporarily and review it in 6 months.
How long is that for? Okay.
We review it in 3 months at the end of that class, Your Honor.
It's a 3-month plan.
I believe so.
Where are your parents?
They're here.
How does this work? When you have custody of the children essentially?
Yes, we have permanent managing conservatorship.
And what is your sense of all of this whole case?
Personally, I don't know what happened. No one was ever able to tell me what happened. Not the attorneys, not CPS, nobody.
Not the defendant?
The only thing he said was he had her in her arms, was taking her to bed. He tripped, and him and her both came in contact with the wall, and she didn't cry. He put her to bed.
That's it?
That's it.
No, it's not.
And then 2
No,
days
it's not.
later,
48 hours, the child was suffering with a serious injury.
yes,
Okay.
she was having seizures that couldn't be seen.
All right, I sense you're a little defensive for him. I find out.
That's all.
I'm sorry, I was speaking when you just rudely interrupted.
I'm sorry.
This court is going to take a firm stance in these kinds of cases. And the people involved in this probation methodology, anybody interferes with the strict adherence to these rules will be dealt with severely, isn't even the term. Most severely. When there's young children who are helpless and not independent, this court, the children then become really under my care, my rules, my directions. And if somebody under this court's directions puts the children in harm's way or fails to follow any of these directives 100%, everybody involved with that will be dealt with severely. Just wanted everybody to know. Because it wouldn't be the first time we caught somebody bending the rules. Because it happens. I know it happens, especially when you got familial situations here. But he has no contact with the child. Now, you can shake your head. I find out otherwise, and people are going to go to jail for a long time. And take care of the child that way. You can't do that in the family. I wouldn't let the family touch the child. After that, does everybody understand? We're going to wean our way into a proper method of dealing with him because he had, we don't know what happened. Yeah, we do. He knows what happens. He pleaded guilty to this, right? You pleaded guilty to injury to a child under oath. And when if anybody attempts to say, well, I just did this to get probation, then I'll put you in jail again because you would have lied to everybody. You swore out that you committed each and every element of that crime, which is one method of attempting to purge yourself from the wrongdoing. But I find any step along the way not being done honestly and forthrightly, according to the law and the court's directions, it will be dealt with severely. And it happens in here a lot that the rules aren't followed. And when you got my attention, it will be handled by this court in a stern way. That's just the way it shall be. Does everybody understand that? It's a little child. I've got children and grandchildren, so I know how special they are. And sometimes accidents may happen. How you handle the problem is what got you in here. You have to handle it responsibly. Because they're 100% dependent at this age. How old was the child? Just months old.
4 months old.
4 months old. I can't. That's horrifying to this court. A child of 4 months is put in harm's way by the parent, or the way you handled the error, whatever it was, accident or not. The way you handled it is, well, we take care of children and invalids and people who just aren't independent. This court is going to make sure that they're taken care of, but y'all are the family. Nobody should be first in line other than y'all on taking care of children. My goodness. Were your parents good parents? Yes. Okay. Well, then the most important gift you can give as a parent is a good example. Okay. You got to work toward doing that, you know. But anyway, we'll see. We'll modify the terms, do that 3-month program, and then come back and see where things are.
Thank you,
Okay.
Judge.
You, ma'am, look exactly like my cousin. I have a cousin who looks just like you. I mean, for a second there, I thought you were Jennifer. Brown, who's a great dance teacher. Teaches. She is. She's an award-winning dance teacher.
I used to
From
work
Port
there.
Neches. Yeah. Okay,
Judge, I have one more request. It's I believe it's much easier than the last one.
go ahead.
Mr. Spites has advanced himself towards a career of truck driving. He is taking the truck driving school. That he has an employer that wants to send him on some short runs that are going to be outside the area, which will be travel. And so what we're asking for is a travel permit for work purposes only.
Any objection to that? I don't see that as
That's
a
fine.
problem. Just keep up with the probation office. The plan, okay? Because we don't want anybody to say, well, we saw the defendant in Mississippi. Did y'all know that? No, that probably would never happen, you know, people, but if that happened, I would go, well, let me check with the probation office. And somebody says, no, we didn't know that. Then you're in trouble. Just keep us informed. But we want you to get a job that's a good paying job, that's responsible work, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just fix this. There are ways of fixing it so that everybody in the household can get together and live happily. Thanksgiving and Christmas time. I hate seeing people not together in a family. Because that's special. Okay, anything else?
No.
That's what we'll do. Thank you very much. Yes.
There's not construction. Your time to be in court is at 9 a.m. If you're late again, you know what's going to end up happening? A warrant may be issued for your arrest. You understand? All right, so we're going to be ready for jury trial for you today. Xavier Griffin. Xavier Griffin. Eric Lopez.
I don't know where he's at.
Why are you late?
Hey, are we gonna go to them?
Do you want to have an excuse at the Bear County Jail? All right, so here's the thing. You cannot be late for court. Do you understand? Court starts at 9 a.m. If you're late again, what's going to end up happening is we will make sure that you're on time because we'll have you brought over from the Bear County Jail. You understand? All right, remain and wait for your attorney.
Today's the date and time set for a probation violation. Upon speaking with Ms. Mitchell, it's unclear how she wishes to proceed. According to her information to me, she has participated with CMH, which is the alleged violation. And however, she is much more interested in speaking of other things. So I'm unclear. It's unclear as to how she wishes to proceed.
It's unclear as to why I'm sitting here. Why am I sitting here?
I just called her. I didn't. They just told me
I'm talking to your lawyer.
Yes.
So
According to Ms. Mitchell's information, she has participated, that the violation is not valid, but she has, she says she has participated with CMH, which would lead me to believe she wants a contested hearing. But when I asked her if she wants a contested hearing, she said she wants to go to the doctor and go home.
I go to doctors. I need for this cancer and stuff. And I was
tell me what's going on from your perspective.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. I have been talking with Julia's therapist and psychiatrist with CMH. We have been talking briefly since August, and in September, I received indication that Julia was.
Sit down.
No, I'm okay. Yes, thank you. That Julia was being sent notification of services that she will no longer be able to participate with CMH, and that she had 14 days to contest the closure because she was refusing to schedule an appointment with her psychiatrist.
I never.
And on 10/13, that was confirmed because when she was called, she indicated, Miss Julia indicated that the psychiatrist, excuse my language, bitch doesn't know her, and who is she not to prescribe her Ativan? I have reviewed some medical records back from February of this year that had indicated that Miss Mitchell has gone to multiple hospitals within the state of Michigan, actually within the 60-mile radius, trying to get Ativan. And I'm not quite sure why she's requesting the Ativan. However, they did try to contact her again. And when Julia does talk to them and when she actually speaks with this officer, she becomes immediately irate when things don't go her way. I honestly don't believe that general probation is
She's supposed to be evaluated for mental health court.
correct, which she was found eligible, however, she denied. I would recommend that she really reconsider because they have a team of experts that would be able to assist Ms. Mitchell.
Okay.
So
Clear as to why I'm out here though. What am I supposed to be doing?
So she's indicating that she is participating with CMH.
Completely.
I have received notification on multiple occasions that she is refusing to participate.
Violations.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, that she's refusing to.
I
engage in
never
the treatment.
refused anything. I came every time. Sorry, I'm medically sick. I'm sorry.
Okay. Give you a chance to speak.
Okay.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. My interactions with this Ms. Mitchell have been substantially similar as to the ones that Ms. Anger has been having. She has expressed me that she has been participating in CMH and done everything that she is required to do. I did speak with her about mental health court. She's reiterated that she is not interested in mental health court.
Does she even know what it is?
We've talked about it. Yes, we spoke about it.
But does she know what it is?
Yes, that there's a team of people. She says she does not need mental health help. She needs physical help. So she has expressed to me that she doesn't feel that that's where her needs lie. Her needs lie with medical assistance, not mental health assistance.
To get her out of it. All right, come over to the podium. Y'all need to take the phone. She's not gonna steal your phone.
No, I just was like,
Okay.
I don't know, you just have to take it, you see it before you go. I'm really weak, so I want to tell you that. And I'm falling a
I
lot.
won't have you stand there very long.
Okay.
Okay. So let me ask you a couple of questions, okay? Are you in need of Ativan?
I feel like I do need it because.
Just yes or no? Yes.
I think I need it.
Okay, I'm not a doctor, so I can't prescribe you Ativan.
They're
But if
trying,
you feel like you need it and you've had a prescription for it before,
yes,
so then that's what your emphasis is on trying to get some Ativan.
no, it's not trying to get a therapist also, and I wrote up some notes.
Stop.
I got you to read them.
Let me just take one thing at a time.
Sorry.
You have a lot of things in your head that you want to say, but they confuse me, so I can have you slow down. Okay? So you just said that you want to get a therapist.
Also, that's my
What
best.
kind of therapist are you trying to get?
Psychiatric, and I talked, and that's what I'm trying to get.
Slow down.
Okay, but I talked.
Where is it that you are trying to get a therapist?
Okay, that's the kind of help I need. I was trying to stick with women's therapy treatment center.
Is that here in England County or where is
It's
it?
in Okemos.
Okay, so it's here.
Yeah, and I said,
Have you had a case open with them before?
I tried to get in when I first
So
got there.
that's no, you have not.
I talked to somebody there, a therapist there.
But you've never had services there.
A lot of times, most of them are making me talk these days.
Okay. So they have been talking to me about possibility of you participating in mental health court where they do have the opportunity to have you have a therapist.
Okay, what I requested is that I get a therapist out in the community. Everybody
fine.
tell me, and that's
Yes.
what I'm trying to do.
So that's fine, but I am not a mental health professional. Mental health court are professionals, and they know how to get you to this women's place in Okemos that you're talking about.
They don't know me though. I think,
They don't know you because you haven't agreed to work with them.
no, that's not what happened. I called him about 3 times in the last,
I'm talking about today. Let's not talk about history.
last night I called him again and I called 2
Let's
other
not
places.
talk about history. Let's talk about now. So there is a possibility that you can work with them so that they can get to know you and know what your needs are. So you can tell them because they have connections to people. Make sure that you get your admin, make sure that you get the therapist.
I don't think they necessarily do
Let me
that.
stop
do
you for one more minute, okay?
they? All right.
Because where you're at with regard to this case with me is you have a violation. And because of the nature of the probation you have with me, you can go to jail because of that. And you go and sit in the jail because of the violation.
I can't, I'm too sick, Your Honor.
Or you can talk to the people in the mental health court where they will not put you in jail and they'll put you in touch with the people that are doing the services that you want.
Okay, well, I think, can I tell you something? I'm hearing what you're saying, but I have a degree in psychology.
Before you tell me what it is that you want to say,
A couple things.
tell me what you understand about what I just said.
I hear what you're saying and that,
I don't
but
want
I
you to
don't,
just hear what I'm saying. I want you to understand. So I want you to tell me what it is so that I know that you understand what I said.
you said you think the people in the mental health club, but I find you
Slow
talk to a
down.
bunch of people at once. It's
Slow down.
just chaos.
See, when you speak, I hear chaos. So just slow down, okay?
I'm sorry, I can hardly stand up here.
You want to go sit back down?
No, I'll stand here. I just, because I'm getting closer, but,
Okay. So I want you to make sure that you understand what I said to you. So tell me again what it is that you believe I said.
well, you said there's a possibility of going to jail, but you're on, here's some paper.
I'm talking about because you have a probation violation with me. I don't think that you should be on probation with me. I think you should be on probation with mental health court, where they won't look at your behavior as a violation, where they will look at your behavior as an opportunity to help.
Yeah, I find that community house, I could have worked there for the first 25 years of home in
Let's
Flint,
talk about the present. not the
but I
past.
could have worked there. I wouldn't do it. You know what? Because they're one of the most corrupt, abusive, and it's entrapment what they do constantly to people. I wouldn't work there, so it's hard for me to go there to community house because I know what they're starting to do now. They think they got me. All of a sudden, they're not giving me a ride anywhere to the grocery store anywhere.
Have you had your medication lately?
Yeah, I had it last night. And I
What
took
did you
it.
have?
Pardon me.
What did you have?
But I had the nighttime meds. I took simvastatin, the pressure, which is blood pressure. I take it twice a day, and I took trazodone, which is a psychiatric med.
Well, trazodone is making you go to sleep, so trazodone does.
And I need that, so that's good. I took that and can't remember what else. There's about 4 or 5 of them. And the
Do you
trazodone
have your
is,
medications in your purse?
yes, I do, but it's a ton of them.
Well, I don't want you to dump your purse on the desk, but I just want to know if you're taking something that's actually helping you or if it's not helping.
I think what I'm taking helps, but I had asked her to change Invega the first time I saw her.
So is Ativan one of your antipsychotics?
It is a tranquilizer. It's addicting, but when
It
you're,
is addicting.
yeah, but you know what? Sometimes it's also a medication. I don't take it as a drug.
Well, I'm not saying that you are. I just want to make sure that I understand that what needs to happen for you is actually happening. And it doesn't sound like it's actually happening.
Well, I don't know. That doctor told me it came way from the top that you got told to not come back here. So I wrote up this letter to try to protest it because I asked that I see the psychiatrist at least until I can get in with private people.
Did she actually sign the release that she is required to sign as part of her conditions of probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you been able to talk to the folks over in CMH? I know that Jesse says that she'd be eligible for mental health court. Actually just getting services outside the criminal justice system.
She's refusing.
I didn't refuse anything.
She signed the release, but I've talked to community mental health about her participation and her engaging, and she won't set up an appointment with the therapist or the psychiatrist.
I just went to the psychiatrist a couple of days ago. Pardon me. No, I don't want to, sir.
You remember I sent you to jail before?
Pardon me.
You remember when I sent you to jail?
Yeah, what happened?
Because you were making phone calls that you weren't supposed to make.
Oh, yeah, and you know why I was doing that? I was trying to straighten out the situation with these two doctors, two male doctors.
I understand that, but you went to jail though, right?
Yeah, but, well, yeah. I couldn't take it, yeah, I don't remember half of it. I must have just lost it, I don't know what happened.
So it looks like you're gonna go to jail again today
No, why?
because you didn't do what I ordered you to do.
What's that?
To CMA.
I would like you to read, she quoted the two worst people, Leslie and Tanya or something. They both scream and yelled at me all the time. I could never get Leslie, my case manager, to call me back. I had to call Jamie and Dawn and other people to call her before she'd even call me back. Wouldn't call me back.
So you have a right to have a hearing at which it would be responsibility of the probation agent. Prove to me that you are in fact in violation for not following my order to engage with CMH. If I find that you're guilty of that, you can go to jail for what is it, 90 days from this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Jail for up to 90 days.
I can't handle it. I'll die. I got cancer. I'm sick. My
You're
hip is,
going to have difficulties if you don't do what your court ordered to do.
I have to, right down the line, every appointment I went to, and
Do not hit on that, that's because you know what, she's listening. And when you hit on that, it makes a big noise in her head.
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay?
I would like you to just read my response to the people I did talk to.
Response.
This note I took down, it tells 3 people I tried to get help from to get into a therapist. Okay. I know.
I'll get it.
Okay, and this is, I have to,
Let me look at it.
yeah, I just
Okay.
wrote down some notes here about, a few notes about it. And I've been really gung-ho trying.
Yeah, but you haven't done what I ordered you to do.
Yeah, I have. I tried to get a therapist the whole time and nobody would help me because they were closing down. Somebody is orchestrating a lot of abuse on me. I think it's these two doctors. That's what one of the police women told me. I wasn't supposed to tell anybody about this. She said, you know what? I've been closed out when I call them.
Stand back so I can breathe, okay?
Okay, but I was gonna say, I try, but my hips are going out for me. My head has been hit. It hurts all the time.
Just stand back.
Okay, but that
I can't breathe if you're talking to me.
Okay, but I need to put this up. Okay.
She yelled at you, you yelled at her, she was angry.
No, Your Honor.
Yes.
She said that you yelled at her, she asked you for help. I suppose that there could be some form of a PRT.
Okay.
I don't know if you've actually thought about that to this point.
I did, Your Honor. I actually spoke with Jesse earlier this week about, I don't have any experience with it. However, I know she was PRT'd earlier this year and it was denied.
All right, well, I guess she has to go and sit in jail.
No, I didn't say I wouldn't go. I'm just saying, like,
You have you raise your right hand?
I'll go to that more hot
Not
part.
you, not you. You can go sit back down. Do you swear or affirm that the information that you're going to provide to the court will be the whole truth?
Yes.
I welcome to you. Put your arm down. You can actually be seated, sir. Can you state your name for the record?
Ricky Anger,
And where is it that you're employed?
Bingham County, 55th District Court Probation Department.
And as a probation officer, what are your duties?
My duties is to make sure that clients engage in the orders that are ordered by the judge.
So in this situation, I am the judge that handled this case.
Correct,
And I placed the defendant on probation back on May 30th, 2023.
correct,
Part of the terms and conditions of the probation were that she had to engage in services at CMH.
correct,
I should probably not use abbreviation. CMH stands for Community Mental Health.
correct.
And Community Mental Health Authority of Michigan, actually of this particular area, has an open file for her at this point.
I believe the file is now closed, Your Honor.
But they had a file for her so that she could receive services.
Correct,
And you have been in contact with the folks over at CMH.
yes,
And you have been in contact with them because as part of your supervision of the defendant, she was supposed to receive services from them, or at least be evaluated for the opportunity to receive services. Is that right?
correct,
And to your understanding, the defendant suffered from a significant mental health deficit,
yes, Your Honor,
and that she's refusing to engage in services
yes, Your Honor,
as directed by the court's order of probation.
yes, Your Honor.
Stop seeing if you want to inquire of Miss. Stop.
So. Anger, have you received any information that Ms. Mitchell has been engaging with a private therapist?
No, Your Honor, or no.
So, but have you had opportunity to speak with Ms. Mitchell regarding her attempts to engage with a private therapist?
On some occasions, yes.
So is it your understanding that she has been trying to follow through with getting a therapist to address her mental health issues?
I will court's order.
Yep.
All right, I find that the defendant has knowingly,
Okay.
intelligently, and voluntarily come before the court for this probation violation. And on this record before the court, there is clearly a substantial beyond preponderance of the evidence amount of information that she violates by not doing what was court ordered for her as part of the term. I am going to therefore
I did it all, Your Honor.
find her in violation of the court's order.
Please don't tell me that I'm sick. I can't, my back and hips are gone. Please,
Do you have a recommendation?
Your Honor, as I indicated earlier, I don't believe general probation is a good fit for Miss Mitchell. Honestly, I don't think any
Well,
general
we can't-
probation.
We can't really force her. to
Correct. Understand,
engage, but so we have options. Either she does what it is that she's required to do, or she doesn't.
and understanding that, Your Honor, I would highly recommend that Miss Mitchell reconsider mental health court. If she refuses or denies, as it is a voluntary program, I would recommend that probation be revoked. I understand that this is her first violation. And that with a first violation, we can technically only sentence her to 5 days in jail. But I don't believe that she will participate. I believe her behavior will continue and if not, get worse.
Either that requirement or that presumption, not really requirement. Any other avenue, I think in this particular situation, because of extenuating circumstances, under danger, so.
Correct.
So the larger community. So,
Thank you. Your Honor, it's difficult to know what to say. I know that I've represented Julia for quite some time now. I represented her in the original case, and I do believe that she's a very intelligent person, but who also has a great deal of mental confusion, and it's very much getting in her way. She says she has some health problems, and she very well may have. You can have both mental health problems and physical health problems at the same time. I don't know why she hasn't engaged with CMH. I think it would be to her benefit if she were to get some sort of treatment for her mental health. I think it could possibly make a big difference for her and would help her when it comes to addressing her physical health issues, because I think some of this mental confusion is getting in the way of that as well. However, getting her from A to B, that's something I don't know how to get there from here. I don't know that a jail sanction is going to help her reach that goal either. She has been reluctant to participate in mental health court. I don't know if that's something that she's will change her mind about. But
Keep working on it.
it's just a very sad and difficult situation, because we have tried to PRT her in the past. She was in the jail, and she was for about 14 days back when this case was originally pending. She was evaluated, I believe, 3 different times, and found, that she had mental health issues, but they weren't severe enough for a PRT. So she's kind of in this in between, where it's not bad enough for hospitalization, but it's bad enough to where it's interfering with her decision making, and she's just not participating in treatment. But I do believe it would be beneficial for her to participate in treatment. I would like to see her participate in mental health court. I feel they will hopefully be able to help her. They certainly have much more experience with that than I think any one of us here.
I'm trying. I'm in the middle of continuing to try. I called 2 more counseling centers last night. Called about a couple at once, so they have a chance to get back with you. I was trying. I'm trying every day, and I go to there's not been one thing they asked me to do that I didn't come to her to. The judge, the psychiatrist, I talked to her. They called one night, I think it was. I said, you gotta be down here to see the psychiatrist tomorrow morning. You know what? I did that, and it was 1 day notice. I'm doing everything they asked me to do, but I'm also coming to them for support and help, and they can be not have the skills and the abilities that I'm used to getting. And that's simply because I studied psychology, and I could have been a therapist. Instead, I raised the little girls and boys in the family. I was going to be a child psychologist. Little boys and girls came out that didn't have a good mommy or daddy, and I dedicated my life to them. And they looked at it like I didn't work, but I was working around the clock for them. And I'm a therapist also, so it's hard for me that some of these people come in my house, they have no skills. And when you're really upset, I don't think you can count on going home, because.
So let me stop you for a second. You're facing jail time because I followed my order. My order was a very simple one.
I did everything. I've been going to every meeting, every time they talk.
Found that you're guilty of a probation violation for not following my order.
I think so, Your Honor, because one person says it. The 2 girls who she quoted as saying bad things about me was the case manager, and I call her. She doesn't call back.
We're not talking about anybody saying anything bad about you.
She told me
We're talking about you not going to CMH to get the help.
I have been going every time. I'm calling them once a night, sometimes just to have someone to talk to let out, to relax me. I'm doing everything and more. I believe in therapy, because I just do.
So I'm going to order that. Because I'm not really ready to revoke probation at this point. I think that she has enough intelligence that she should be able to. She said that she wants to get help.
I believe in it. I believe in
Please
it.
stop talking when I talk. She's identified an agency in Oklamas that she wants to get help through. And I don't know if they have a rapport with her or sounds like CMA has already closed their file because of her recalcitrance.
Sure.
And so I just start this by sending her to jail for.
Please, please, I'm sick. You can't do it. My body, my hips are gone. I think the bones are broke. I'm really sick. What? Your Honor, please don't do it, please. I've been doing everything possible,
So
everything.
if you keep this up, you're gonna go for longer.
I'm sick, please. I've got cancer and I gotta get that going.
Go with the officer.
This way.
Mahia, I don't think I'll be able to survive the zombie apocalypse.